I've recently become addicted to a BBC radio series called A History of the World in 100 Objects. I've listened to every podcast.
It's written and narrated by British Museum director Neil MacGregor.
Thank you for downloading this podcast of A History of the World in 100 Objects from BBC Radio 4.
He's fabulous. I've listened to MacGregor describe the importance and meaning of such venerated objects as the Rosetta Stone, an Inca gold llama, and the ship's chronometer from the HMS Beagle.
The Beagle was on a mission to map the coastline of South America, and this work relied on the most accurate possible measurements of longitude and latitude. The chronometer allowed for the first time absolutely precise charting of the oceans.
But as his timeline approached a more modern era, I kept hoping for him to describe an object that was extremely revealing of my history from the ages of 13 to 16.
My Blue Oyster Cult belt buckle. Surprisingly, the buckle did not make the list, even though it is as totemic a symbol of post-World War II teenage male consciousness, or lack thereof, as you can imagine.
I guess it's not part of the British Museum collection and couldn't be considered. Or perhaps MacGregor is a rabid AC/DC fan.
I saw Blue Oyster Cult once at Rich Stadium. They had an amazing laser light show, which, when you're 15 and it's the 1970s, is pretty mind-blowing. I recently saw them at the Ridgefield Playhouse in Connecticut. There was not a man in the audience who didn't have an enlarged prostate, myself included. My friend Jonathan and I went, and John pointed out to me afterwards that he thought the lead guitarist was wearing a wig.
I wore my belt buckle with no small amount of swagger, imagining the envy it was creating among my fellow AARP members. Imagining being the key word here.
At some point in my teens, I lost the belt buckle. I searched for it for 30 years and never found another. For me, it became like Charles Foster Kane's Rosebud. Then my pal Harley gave me the very buckle on my 50th birthday.
It makes me feel like I'm 15 again when I wear it, so I don't wear it very often. I prefer being 51, to tell you the truth. I have my driver's license now. I even have a car.
So the buckle is probably better off in the British Museum. If MacGregor is interested, I will donate it, although it does serve the purpose of embarrassing my teenage boys when I wear it. Not sure why, but they haven't asked to borrow it. This is Jim Nolan.